life is busy and hectic and there are tons of distractions around us. So when we have vision and then we take decision, discipline, and action, and we combine those three things together, the result is us getting there more quickly because we're using our brain's potential in a structured, practical way. Welcome to Generation Wealth. I'm Candy Valentino, and I've been building businesses and generating wealth before I could legally order a drink. For more than 2 decades, I've built, scaled, acquired, and exited businesses, all while investing in real estate and building financial freedom. Now I want to help you expand your wealth and give you the proven roadmap to implement today. It doesn't matter if you're a part of Generation X, Generation Y, or Gen Z. It is time to join Generation Wealth. Now let's get started. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Generation Wealth, your podcast for all things building wealth. And if you're listening to this when it just drops, happy Thursday. I hope you are coming into the end of the week and are looking forward to doing some fun stuff with family and friends over the weekend. I wanted to talk a little bit about this concept that I keep hearing about online, about how people are just trying to get more information and have these great ideas. And so I wanted to break down the 5 steps and really what it actually takes to turn an idea into a reality, whether it's your successful life or wealth or a big business, whatever it is that you're looking to do. There are a few things that you have to do in order to implement that idea, right? Because the information isn't going to change your life. The idea isn't going to change your life. It's the execution and implementation, the action that you take. That's what will change your life. So we're going to discuss the power of knowledge and its potential power, how to actually use it as part of an organized plan, a system, because that's when it becomes actual power, when you organize it. Oftentimes people fail because they think that fortune is in the idea, but the fortune is truly in the execution of the plan. And if one plan fails, understanding that defeat is only temporary and only means that there is something wrong with the plan, not necessarily you or your worth, and it can totally be fixed. And if you just keep trying until you get it right. One of the quotes that I always say, and that is probably one of the ones that's been defining in my life, is that failure is inevitable, but quitting is optional. And I see so many well-intended people wanting to create wealth or build a business, and they end up quitting too soon, not realizing that they were just 3 feet from gold. And if we take a look at some examples through history, like Thomas Edison was defeated 10,000 times. He failed 10,000 times before inventing a successful light bulb. James Dyson, the founder of the Dyson hair dryers and the vacuums, he failed 5,126 times with his vacuum prototype. Sylvester Stallone was rejected 1,500 times in his desire to produce Rocky. Elon Musk blew through $35 million from the sale of PayPal in just 2 years and was officially broke. Now fast forward to either the richest or second richest man in the world, because it always changes. But these ideas that people have are great, but in order for them to survive, to succeed, in order for you to get where you want to go with it, it has to be activated with a definitive plan, put into immediate action and executed with persistence. Because here's one thing I know from my success and from being around so many people that are even far more successful than I am, they execute quickly. They move with speed. They don't wait 2-3 years to perfect some plan. They get out and they take messy action, and then they use the data, the result of that action, in order to adjust the plan along the way. It's like building a house. You need a blueprint. You need a plan that tells you what's going to be built and what's it going to look like at the end. But there's so many things that you change and evolve in that build. And just like that house, for our life, for our business, for whatever we want to achieve, we also need that same personal blueprint, if you will. It's important to first define what you're after, right? That's what those first set of plans look like, what that house is going to look like, and the size of it, and the shape of it, and where everything, all the rooms are going to fall. First, you have to define what you're really after. Make sure you know it vividly and clearly. See it in your mind. Do you want to buy an investment property? Are you looking to move across the country or start a business or finally get out of debt? Have that multi-million-dollar investment portfolio, whatever it is, You got to get it clear, because here's where people get tripped up. You don't need to know how to do these things, or even when you're going to do them, or if it's even probable or relative that you are going to achieve it. You just have to decide that that's what you truly want. If you want to master delegation, automate your onboarding and training new employees, as well as run a more efficient operation, you need to start documenting your processes. The good news is there's a platform called Trainial. Trainial can easily document everything about your business, finally get your SOPs and policies organized, and shave tons of time off onboarding and training. Whether you're trying to grow or scale with consistency, or you need more ROI on your team's time, Trainial is the answer. Businesses of all shapes and sizes are raving about Trainial, including mine, resulting in cutting training time and related costs by 75%. And right now, our podcast listeners can get 10% off their first year. Visit www.trainial.com and enter the promo code CANDY. That's Trainial, Trainial. Oftentimes I hear people think of motivation and inspiration as the things that they need, but you don't need to be motivated or inspired. There are two things that are far more valuable than inspiration and motivation, and that's decision and discipline. That's where the gold is buried. That's where anything that you want to achieve, that's how it's going to come through discipline to show up anyways, and through the decision of what you truly want and making sure to take the action every single day to get there. So let's imagine for a moment that I have a magic wand, because so often I find people don't truly know. They don't truly have clarity of what they really want in life. So let's imagine for a moment that I have a magic wand and that I can wave this magic wand and your wish will come true, but only if you can clearly define to me what it is that you want to achieve. Think about it. Obsess on it. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Who are you with? Where are you? And don't move on to the next step until you can imagine clearly what you want to have, what you want to achieve, what you want to do, or what you want to give. Now, once you have seen it clearly, we got to get that out of your head and onto paper, because life is busy and hectic and there are tons of distractions around us. But in order for you to not get pulled into the reality of what your life currently is, I need you to be visually reminded of the reality of what is yet to come. Now, you can say it's woo, whatever you want, but visualization is actually based on neuroscience and how the brain works. So when we have vision and then we take decision, discipline, and action, and we combine those three things together like magic, the result is us getting there more quickly because we're using our brain's potential in a structured, practical way. So here are these 5 steps. Number 1, it starts, like I said, clearly defining what you want. And number 2, taking that moment to see it and imagine it as if it happened. This is your ability to dream again, like when you were a little kid. What does that scene look like? If you were scripting a movie and you were the character in it, and the scene of that movie was the life that you want, the wealth that you want, the relationship, the business that you want, what does that look like? Take a minute and imagine that. And if you need to pause this and do it now. There's nothing more important than taking action in the moment. So you have full permission to pause me until you move on to the next step. Okay, if you're back, welcome back. Number 3, I want you to take that scene from your mind. The movie picture that you saw, the script that you wrote, and I want you to create a physical reminder of it. I don't care if you want to do this old school with pictures, or if you just want to find a scene that looks like it on your phone and screenshot it and make it your screensaver. There's always ways that we can combine it. Studies show that most effective ways to do this is with written words on paper and visually with pictures. Now, number 4, I want you to set an alarm on your phone for 2 minutes every day. That's it. 2 minutes. I don't care when you do it, where you do it, just do it for 2 minutes and review that scene in your mind. Look at that physical reminder. Review the words that you wrote on paper, how you're going to feel, who's going to be there, where you're going to be, what you're going to have, and how all of that success and achievement is going to make you feel. And more importantly, who you need to become in order to get there. So often we're focused on the thing that we want to achieve that we fail to recognize that the most beautiful part of it is who you become in the journey of getting there. And number 5, at the end of those 2 minutes every day, ask yourself this question. I want you to obsess on this one question. What is my next best step to achieve this? Don't judge it. Don't scrutinize it. Just write whatever answer comes to you every single day. And I promise you that if you practice this one exercise 2 minutes every day for the next 30 days, it will change your life. And look, this isn't magic. This is simply taking an idea and putting it into simplistic action coupled with decision and discipline. Turning your dreams into reality is absolutely possible. We have proof all around us. We listen to it on podcasts. We see it on social media. We're at events when we hear people. There are books that we read that shows us that success is not impossible for anyone, regardless your background, regardless of the family you grew up in, regardless of what's in your bank account right now. It's here for you too, but it starts with decision and it ends with discipline. And look, you guys know I'm not all for sunshine and rainbows, but here's the deal. None of this is going to happen overnight, but with consistent effort, you can achieve whatever it is that you're looking to. And that's just not my opinion. I know it from my own experience. I know it from the amazing people I'm surrounded by, and I actually know the science behind this process. So you've got it all working for you. It's just, what are you going to do next? There are so many studies that show people who visualize that positive outcome are far more likely to take the steps to make those goals happen. And we've heard from Steve Harvey, Oprah, Ellen, so many numerous pro athletes and Olympians that have all shared that creating this exact thing that I just laid out is part of their practice. And what they actually say is what's helped them create the life that they have. Doing these steps is a positive outcome that primes the brain to grasp opportunities that we may otherwise have not noticed. It imprints the important things into your subconscious and filters out unnecessary information. By you asking that same question every day and reviewing this 2 minutes every day, it helps everything else you're doing and it becomes extremely effective. If there is one piece of advice I can give you about the first step that anyone needs to take to create the life that they want, it would be by practicing this daily exercise. Trust the science, trust the data, and just give it a shot. Who knows? In 30 days, it may just change your life. All right, guys, that was this little short episode on Generation Wealth. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time. And don't forget that if you didn't buy a copy yet of Wealth Habits, it is now available on Audible. And thank you so much for all of your support, because we are #1 bestseller, new release in multiple categories. And of course, if you already have a copy of the book and downloaded it and listened to the book, please consider leaving a 5-star review over on Amazon. It would mean the world to me, as well as many other readers that need this information. Okay, guys, that's it for today. We'll see you next time on Generation Wealth.